on you. Oh, okay. Now today's session is on. Previously, we have discussed how we can prevent, how we can control, how we can cure the COVID-19 patient. There is one option. There was one option. Today there is other option. As because so many people, they are very much interested for prevention. But regarding this prevention, I must tell, person is suffering from anxiety neurosis before the infection by the COVID-19 coronavirus. So they are very much anxious regarding this. Why this anxiety? Why? Why this anxiety? Today's class is for this. Previously, we have uttered one thing, that there is another infection, that is psychological COVID. As the number of cases of COVID-19 has been increased like flood, so many persons are in psychological COVID. Different therapeutic system has discussed regarding COVID prevention, treatment with COVID. But there was not a single word regarding this psychological infection, psychological COVID infection. And if it is not corrected, so only treating COVID patient, only prevention with different drugs, maybe it Ayurveda or allopathy or other homeopathy, other than real homeopathy. There is discussed one thing, that is how we can prevent. What prevention? Only COVID. But the land where the COVID, তুমি যাও নিয়ে আসতে যাও, তুমি মোড়ে থাকবে, ফোন করে দেবো আমি, তুমি ফোন করে নিও। তো for growing something, for propagating something, first and foremost is needed the land, the environment is needed. If you do not destroy the environment, no permanent solution is possible. Only permanent solution is possible, if you root out from the mind of each and every individual. And for this purpose, we have to treat a man with the help of real homeopathy, considering which environment is suitable for COVID infection, either practical or psychological. So today's discussion is considering that very environment, psychological environment, mental environment. If a person want to free from that very COVID, first and foremost condition is the person should be strong regarding his mental condition, mental state, psychological state. When a person is suffering from anxiety neurosis regarding any infection, any negative situation, it may be COVID or not, that very person is very suitable, belongs to very suitable environment for any infection, including COVID-19. Again, I am telling this very important thing. What it is, everybody has clear idea regarding this natural phenomena. To grow, to propagate anything, suitable environment is needed. And that environment we belongs to. Someone is telling, no COVID will attack me. Someone is telling, nothing sure. We cannot tell what is going on the next day. So we have to take medicine to save ourselves. We have to take medicine. And medicine they are taken for COVID. This medicine, it may be turmeric powder, it may be arsenic 30, it may be camphor 200, it may be. It will, it may protect. But that very psychological state, that very mental state, it cannot be rooted out without considering the philosophy of early life, as because every baby after birth express their philosophy. Immediately after birth, this journey started. This journey starts. And if we consider this very point of those days, if it is possible, another way is there to collect of the early life, information of early life. There is a process. But to acquire this knowledge regarding philosophy of early life of a more than 90 years old persons, there is a technique. But the physician should have to agree with this hard labor. But way is there. If we can know the philosophy of early life, with that very information, we can overcome that very anxious mental state, or in the other word, anxiety neurosis. Not for COVID. So many persons are thinking negative regarding different things. It may be COVID, or not COVID. So say this, everybody is not infected with this COVID or infected with other infection. I think the dengue, it is also started. All these things. Everybody is not suffering from diabetes. Everybody is not suffering from hypertension. What I am going to tell, parents have diabetes, hypertension, all like this. But they have 3 baby. Only one baby is having hypertension. Another baby is having diabetes mellitus. But third one is free from all these things. So, it does not mean as parents are having all these things, so everybody is to suffer from all these things. It is we have to consider the vitality, the immune system. For all the disease state may be infectious, may not be infectious. From everything, there is a suitable environment created from the genetic infrastructure by which the individual's mental state is controlled. And this mental state, if it is controlled, the individual can overcome all the adverse situations. But why we have told only carbo-based fast? I have discussed it previously, but I think it should be again discussed. What is carbo-based? What for the carbo-based is? Actually, carbo-based is anti-post-trauma syndrome. Means carbo-based is needed for those who are traumatized from few generations. What does it mean, this trauma? This trauma may be due to any addiction. Suppose my grandfather has an addiction with tobacco. My great-grandfather has an addiction with coffee. My grandmother has addiction with snuff. Someone is having addiction of tobacco chewing. That thing also creates trauma. Again, my great-grandfather got an idea that if the dog lick his leg on the ulcer part, it will be cleared. It will be okay. Because that person has seen that when any infection, any trauma, any ulcer is there, the dog itself treats it only by licking with the tongue. With this idea, that person took the help of dog. See, so fine idea. But this thing also creates trauma and also create post-rabies syndrome. So different type of trauma. It may be mental trauma also. My mother had to suffer a lot with by his by her mother-in-law. And that time I was in his home, in her home. That thing also create trauma. I have lost my very nice job of multinational company. Suddenly, that company is stopped. That create also trauma. That trauma can affect. There is an effect with this very trauma in my child. So, according to Master Samuel Hahnemann, according to Master James Tyler Keynes, they are having this idea. We are carrying so many genes, and those very genes are inherited from our ancestors, and that all those genes must create some of trauma, and that is why, according to my consideration, my study, no person in the universe is free from trauma. It may be direct, it may be indirect, but indirect is maximum 99.99%. We are having this, and we acquired it from ancestors through gene. And that is why so many persons is responding with this karma wave. Another thing, when I was in my mother's womb, that time mother was treated with different medicine. Before a pregnancy of my mother, my father had to take so many medicine for his sleeplessness, for his anxiety neurosis, for his either he was addicted with alcohol, all these things. It was, I must be affected, all these things. It is also called trauma. And after birth, I have to take so many medicine I was given. So many medicine. For just after birth, there is a late weeping. My eyes were not properly open. I had on that very time the attack of cold. That time I was not clear bowel movement. I wept all night. So many causes, for so many causes, so many medicines I was given. That also create trauma. So you think, who is free from trauma? Whose parents are not taking any medicine, are not taking any like this addiction, free from addiction. So you can find it out all over the universe, all over the world. There is a trauma, full of trauma. That is why I have mentioned. And that trauma, the only medicine carboways can neutralize this very situation. And by this, the immunity will be sufficient. The vital reaction will be sufficient. By neutralizing all these traumatic situation, traumatic condition, and by this way, when we will be treated with this, firstly, then the first idea, the foremost idea, all these adverse, everybody will be free from all these adverse situations, which we have gained from ancestors, which I have gained it from medicines, the physicians has given for removing our suffering from free from suffering. So that is the idea. So it is not unscientific and it is the correct explanation according to different teachers. The masters, they are very much young person. They came and given this very idea. So this is the idea.